Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to Would You Like Lecture in an Idle Cafe 3. My name is MS-Punker1, and last video we just had gotten back to our room after the thing in the video before that, where we just relaxed with the girls and having some pizza. But just as we were about to try and rest for a bit in our room, someone came and knocked at our door. And who would it be other than our two favorite stalkers that tried their usual schemes because they are afraid. But for once we actually put them in their place, I think, which actually felt kind of good. But I actually have a bad feeling about it too. So what are the Rina specifically planning to do now when all her other attempts have failed? Just because she's a coward and go for the weakest link in our group. Yeah, what happens next? I wake up early the next morning and meet up with Ichigo, Ko and Mayuki in the hotel foyer. I wondered briefly about telling them about my run-in with the Honey Devil girls the night prior, but I soon discard the idea. Ichigo, Ko and Mayuki will be stressed enough as it is about rehearsing for the Rising Star Cup. Mayuki in particular. I don't want to give them anything else to worry about. I try to deal with Hasaki and Rina myself. Should they make good on their promise of revenge? What could their revenge entail exactly? I doubt they'll be able to do anything too crazy. If they try to sabotage the competition, they only get themselves in trouble. I don't think anything will come from their threats. They were nothing but hot air born from bruising feelings. At least that's what I hope. In any event, it turns out Switch Shoreline got the earliest practice slot of the day. There isn't time to hang around the hotel thinking about Hasaki and Rina. Need to get over to the stadium ASAP. I thought I was eat a quick breakfast and head over to the stadium so they can rehearse. Ichigo, Ko and Mayuki change into their maid uniforms while I take a seat in the stands. I watch as they file onto the stage. Feel onto the stage, then launch into their routine. They go through their third song four times at Ichigo's behest, in an attempt to get the timing just right. We pack a lot of practice time into the scant half hour, but their smiles remain throughout. They're pushing themselves pretty hard, but it looks like they enjoy themselves. Even Mayuki looks more comfortable on stage than she did. I guess she must be getting used to performing. The Switch Shoreline keep improving. They might just be able to cinch a victory. Does it seem impossible? They're shining more brightly than I thought was possible. The minutes tick by and eventually Switch Shoreline's practice session comes to an end. Ichigo, Ko and Mayuki changing back into their casual clothes and then meet up with me in the stands. You sure did. I could feel your energy. It was infectious. You looked like you were having fun. Ko gives Mayuki a thumbs up. Mayuki holds her hands to her chest. Abashed, shiny she glances away. Her cheeks dyed a pale pink. I thought I hear you say that of all people. You're usually so energetic. Only 60%, huh? This cheerful beaming vision before me is functioning on 60%. I can't help but wonder what she'd be like at 100. It's hard to imagine. Mitsuko looks between Ko and Mayuki, her arms linked behind her back. Ichigo gestures to a pretty girl sitting in the stands. the hair tied back into pigtails. I'm going to hang out here then. Beautiful beams and flashes me a peace sign. Mitchell glances over her shoulder. A wolfish smile on her face as she observes the many cute girls dotted about the stadium stands. After that brief discussion, I head off to the park with Ko and Mayuki. That was my plan at least, but we wound up taking a detour at Ko's behest to a small antique shop we passed during our walk. The antique shop is small and cramped and disconcertingly dark. The lights are dimmed, curtains drawn, perhaps to protect the antiques from sun damage as they sit on their shelves. The shop itself is wedged between a hair salon and a Chinese restaurant, and I can smell the aroma of fried pork dumplings mixed with stale air and dust. It's a strange combination which tickles the back of my throat. I feel a sneeze coming on, which I have to stifle with the back of my arm. This place could use some serious TLC. The wooden floor is all scuffed, though it's hard to see given the lighting. And so are the shelves. A thick layer of dust covers the shelves and the display cabinets. The shop's wares are arranged willy-nilly. Dolls and books and snuff boxes and necklaces all cramped together on the shelves. There's no room or reason to this store's layout, and almost every spare inch of space is utilized. The general atmosphere of this store is creepy enough, but the dolls are even freakier. Their faces are disconcertingly lifelike, but their eyes are glossy, blank and staring. Some of the dolls have a fine hairline, cracks running down their faces. Others are missing body parts, a finger here, a leg there. The dolls are wearing Western dresses for the most part. which put me in mind of Victorian era. Delicately should feet poke out from beneath hems of full ruffled dresses. Boots are and shoes have intricately detailed buckles, which seems to glint despite the lack of light. We look like we could get up and start walking at any moment. In those tiny legs of theirs. Animated by nothing but malice. If I strain my ears, I swear I can hear them. Sounds like these dolls are murmuring amongst themselves in a slow and steady chorus. Yuki looks at the doll clutched in Ko's arms. Yuki's face, which is always pale, looks whiter still, almost sallow in the dim lighting of this creepy antique store. Yuki hasn't said as much. She hasn't said anything actually since we came in here. But I don't think she likes this place. She swallows. Ko tilts her head curiously to one side. Yuki scans the shelf of China dolls with distrustful eyes. I don't really have a problem with these dolls. I can understand if something looks a bit lifelike. For example, I don't really like the dolls we have at some museums or almost like the clothing mannequins we have at some clothing stores. But specific mannequins that are at some museums I can't really handle because they look like they would move at any moment. So I can see where Mayuki is coming from, but I don't have anything against these types of dolls, so this doll isn't something I personally go crazy over, but maybe it would wind up driving me crazy if it started to crackle to itself in the night. But if Cola likes it, we should let her enjoy it. We all have different tastes. Smiling Cole lets her eyes roll across her creepy, very cute acquisition. Can't imagine anybody paying for the privilege of herding one of these dogs back home, but I decided to keep quiet. This isn't my money we're talking about, thank goodness. If Cole wants to fritter her cash away on potentially cursed objects, that might come alive and stab her. She can be my guest. Are you sure that's alright? You don't mind being on your own, do you? So Cole likes gloomy, dirty, miserable spaces that stink of fried pork. That's news to me. Alright, I do have some misgivings about leaving Cole in this creepy shop on her own, but Cole seems to love it here. I'm sure she'll be fine. At least I hope she'll be fine. Do you want to head over to the park, Mayuki? Mayuki shivers. I agree with Mayuki on that score. Can't wait to be out of this store and into the sunlight. I'm sick of this place already. Mayuki and I leave Cole behind in the antique store, then resume my walk to the park. Doesn't take us long to reach the park. A brisk 20-minute walk soon finds us at our destination, which is full of trees. The breeze stirs the leaves overhead and the grass about their ankles, so they sway. There's a lake situated among the trees, studded with swaying rushes and green lily pads. Lily pads, or lily. I guess it's lily pads. You can see a few swan-shaped boats bobbing about the water. Paddled by couples out on dates. This whole park gives off couple vibes, now that I think about it. The winding paths Mayuki and I follow to get here were the spotted with couples, out on what I presume were dates. Happy pairs sitting on benches beneath trees, feeding one another bites of ice cream and chatting about nothing in particular. This place must be a popular spot for partners, and I can certainly see why. It's very pretty here. It's picturesque as a painting. If I could draw, which I can't, this is the sort of scene I want to commit to a canvas and frame on a wall. Yuki stands upon the edge of the lake and inhales, one hand resting upon her chest. Do you like it? That's true, I guess. The seaside town Mayuki and I live in isn't what you would call built up. The population's pretty humble, less than 40,000 heads, or so I heard. And while there are a few apartment blocks, they have nothing on the towering skyscrapers of Tokyo. They can't be compared, really. The difference between them is stark, like night and day. Thought you were used to cities, though, Mayuki. You said your family had been to a lot of big cities in Europe. And this park should be perfect. It's not that crowded. Yuki smiles and then glances back over the lake at the flurry of white swan boats. What? You could, I guess, but maybe pretty expensive. Green, amused by Miyuki's uncharacteristic enthusiasm. Really are excited about her boats, aren't you? Miyuki's demurs, her cheeks turning pink. says the person who I remember from the second game who acted like a child in the water park. Thanks for letting me know. Glad my company means next to nothing to you. I know what you meant. I offer Mayuki a reassuring smile. I think riding one of these boats sounds a nice way to pass the time too. Might as well, now we're here. Mayuki nods and sighs. Okay, but I think this is good for this video, so hope you liked it, and if you did so, leave a like to it as usual, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!